So in chapter one, so we are not going to learn the first part, okay? We are not going to learn the first part about graphical methods, okay? So that will not be in the exam, okay? Will not be in the exam, will not be in DSE exam, okay? And then for part two, solving equations, solving simultaneous equations. So, okay, and we are going to learn this. This part is quite obvious, quite easy, okay? I mean, the question will be easy, okay? But sometimes the calculation will be just complicated, okay? But not really very complicated. Just follow the steps and you will be able to do this, okay? So in this chapter, the topic will be solving simultaneous equations. But so which means that we will have equation 1, equation 2, okay? But one of the equation will be quadratic equation. That is involving square term, okay? So one equation involves square terms. And then the other equation has no square term. Okay, one equation involves square term and the other equation has no square term. Remember this, okay? This is important. This is important to identify the equation that has no square term, okay, in our calculations. All right? 一條式係有二次方嘅，一條式係冇二次方嘅。呢一課學嘅 solving equation 一式二式嘅 equation 咧，就係咁樣樣嘅啦。咁我哋咧最緊要就係認得出邊條式係冇二次方嗰條式先。嗱，點解我會話呢一課咧呢種嘅一式二式咧，其實係仲會簡單過 Form 2我哋學嘅一式二式嘅咧？因為咧 Form 2我哋學嘅時候咧，我哋係咪有兩個方法㗎 ？Okay, so we have learned two different methods for solving simultaneous equations in Form 2. That is the method of substitution and the method of elimination. But in this chapter, if there is an equation involving square term, we will not have two methods. We just have one method, the method of substitution. Okay, and then we always start with the equation with no square term. Okay, 我哋永遠咧都係由冇二次方嗰條式咧開始做，然之後轉 subject， 然之後塞入去有二次方嗰條式嗰度。OK， 咁跟住咧你就會得到一條咧係得翻 x 或者係得翻 y 嘅 quadratic equation 啦。OK， and then you need to prepare your calculator program 1. Okay, you need to prepare for your calculator program 1. Okay. So for example, in this example 4, so let me cover this first. Yes. So can you see that equation 1 has square terms and equation 2 has no square term? Okay, so we will start with equation 2 to change the subject. Okay, change either x or y to be the subject. But when you see equation 2, y is already the subject. So we do not need any change, right? Okay, so we can save one more step. And then we just do the substitution. Sub equation 2 into equation 1. Can you see my drawing? Yes, okay. 今日我個網絡唔係好穩定啊 ，OK？ 咁你哋如果 即係有啲叻咗嘅話咧，咁你就可能等一等啦要。或者如果講嘢講得係口齒不清嘅話咧，咁你就話俾我聽下。OK？ So substitute equation 2 into equation 1. So equation 1 is y equals x squared minus 2x plus 2, but we do not write y anymore. We write x plus 6. And then it's equal to x squared minus 2x plus 2. Okay, so can you see that it is a simple quadratic equation in x, okay, in x. And then we move all the terms to one side. And we want to keep the square term positive. So I will move all the terms to the right-hand side. So it becomes x squared. And then minus 2x minus the other x. So minus 2x minus x, and then plus 2 minus 6. Okay, so simplifying the like terms, it is x squared minus 3x minus 4. Okay, and then it is in the form of ax squared plus bx plus c equals 0, which means that a is equal to 1, b is equal to -3, and c is equal to -4. And then you may use your program one, okay, to do the calculation to find that x is equal to 4 or x is equal to -1. Okay, but don't forget to find the value of y. Okay, when x is equal to 4, y is calculated by this equation. Okay, equation 2. Y is equal to x plus 6. So when x is 4, then y will be 4 plus 6. That is equal to 10. And then when x is -1, y is -1 plus 6. So that is equal to 5. Okay, so there will be two pairs of answer. 嗱呢度咧，呢度請你哋好似我咁樣去寫翻個答案。Therefore 用呢一個咁樣嘅形式 ，x equals 4 y equals 10，去到顯示咧 x 等於4 y 等於10咧係一組答案嚟嘅，得唔得 ？OK， so please use this type of bracket, okay, open bracket to indicate that x equals 4 and y equals 10 is a set of answer. Okay, it's a pair of answer. And then there is another possibility. Okay, or the other pair will be x equals -1 and y equals 5. Okay, so that will be the answers. Is that okay? All right, now I would like you to try to do the instant drill number 4. Okay, I give you 3 minutes. So classwork. And please use 3 minutes. And please upload to the MathApp web system.好嗱，快啲跟住做啦！呢度咧，呢一課咧，呢部分咧係簡單嘅，一定可以做到嘅，大家。So please do this instant drill number 4. Okay, let's check the answers. So just label the equations to be equation 1 and equation 2 first, and then we choose the equation which do not have square term to start with. Okay, so that is equation 2, right? And then we check whether there is a subject in equation 2. And now y is the subject, so we do not need to change the subject. Okay, we do not need any steps to do the changing subject. We just substitute equation 2 into equation 1 directly. Okay, but be very careful because there's a negative term here. X squared minus y becomes minus bracket 3 minus x, and then plus 1 equals 0. Okay, and then expanding bracket minus 3 plus x plus 1 is equal to 0. Okay, so simplifying the like terms, x squared plus x minus 2 is equal to 0. And then this is a simple quadratic equation where a is equal to 1, b is equal to 1, and c is equal to -2. And then you may use your calculator, program 1 to find the answers. So x is equal to -2, or x is equal to 1. Okay, but when x is equal to -2, y is calculated by 3 minus x, that is 5. Okay, and then when x is equal to 1, y is 3 minus 1, that is 2. Okay, and then write down the conclusion. Therefore, we have x equals -2 and y equals 5 is a pair. Or the other possible solutions will be x equals 1 and y equals 2. Okay, so there will be 2 pairs of solutions here. All right. Did you have any problems? If you have problems, please raise your hand. Okay, so let me clear the board. And then number 5, example 5, example 5. This time, again, we do the same thing. We have equation 1, equation 2. One of them has square term, the other do not have square term, okay? And then we start with the one with no square term first, okay? So that is equation 1. And then we check, do we have subject in this equation? No, which means that we need to change the subject. We need to do the changing subject here, okay? So from equation 1, for example, I move the y term to the right-hand side. X plus 1 is equal to y, or y is equal to x plus 1, okay? And then call this equation 3. Call this equation 3, all right? And then we will substitute equation 3 into equation 2. Sub equation 3 into the one with square term, okay? So it becomes x squared equals x plus y, but the y becomes x plus 1 and then plus 2, okay? So x squared is equal to x plus 1 plus 2. X squared is equal to 2x plus 3. And then we move all the terms to one side and keeping the square term positive. So it's x squared minus 2x minus 3 equals 0. And then now we have a simple quadratic equation. So that is a equals 1, b equals -2, and c equals -3. Okay, and then x will be equal to program 1, and that should be equal to 3, or x is equal to -1. Okay, and we substitute x equals 3 into equation 3 to calculate the value of y. So that should be equal to 4. And then when x is equal to -1, y is equal to 0. Okay, So now we have two pairs of answer. Just write down the conclusion. Therefore, x is equal to 3 and y is equal to 4 is a pair of answer. Or the other possible answer will be x equals -1 and y equals 0. Okay, so that is the answers for this example 5. So in this example, so what we have done in extra is that we need one step to change the subject to be y. Sometimes it is y, sometimes it is x. It doesn't matter. Okay, it doesn't matter. 轉邊個做 subject 都得嘅，咁睇下邊個方便啲嘅啫。OK， 咁我通常咧就會轉到做右邊咧係少啲負數啊，少啲分數啊呢啲咁嘅嘢，因為咧呢個右邊咧陣間我哋係要代入去一條複雜啲嘅式嗰度嘅。咁如果你有多分數又多負數嘅話咧，咁就即係揀容易啲錯咁解嘅啫。OK， 咁所以咧我就盡量咧係揀邊個做 subject 嘅時候咧，就諗下邊個做 subject 之後，另外呢啲嘢會少啲 negative， 少啲 fractions 咁樣樣嘅。OK， 咁跟住轉咗 subject 之後要做嘅嘢咧，同頭先 example 4咧係一模一樣嘅。OK， so now I would like you to do the instant drill number 5. Instant drill number 5. So I'll give you 4 minutes here. Okay, so let's check the answers. So let's see. So let us label this first. To be equation 1 and equation 2. Okay, and then we need to start with the one with no square term. So that is equation 1. Equation 1 has no square term. Okay, and then we need to change the subject to either x or y. And there is no subject in equation 1 now, so we need to do this step. Okay, so from equation 1, and then 嗱呢度咧，如果你望一望嘅話咧，即係3x 加 y 等於3，咁我哋應該轉邊個做 subject 好啲咧？一個如果轉 x 做 subject 嘅話咧，我哋就要將個3咧除走過去喎，係嘛？咁就會有份數啦。但係如果將個 y 做 subject 嘅話咧，我哋就只不過係將個3x 減過去，咁就唔會有份數嘅。咁嘅時候咧，我就好明顯就應該係揀 y 做 subject 嘅。Okay, so y should be the subject here because we can avoid the appearance of fraction. Okay, so it is 3 minus 3x, and then call this equation 3. Equation 3. Okay. And then we substitute equation 3 into the other equation, that is equation 2. Equation 2, originally it is y plus 5, but we do not write y anymore. We write 3 minus 3x, and then plus 5 is equal to x squared minus x. Okay, and then we simplify the left-hand side. It's 8 minus 3x equals x squared minus x. Okay, and then we move all the terms to one side, and we keep x squared to be positive. So I should move all the terms to the right-hand side. So x squared minus x plus 3x minus 8. Simplifying the like terms, we have 0 equals x squared plus 2x minus 8. Okay, and now it is a simple quadratic equation where a is equal to 1 and b is equal to 2 and c is equal to -8. Okay, and we can use the program 1 to find the answer for us. So x will be equal to -4, or x is equal to 2, right? And we substitute x equals -4 into our equation 3 to calculate the value of y. So when x is -4, y is 3 minus 3 times -4. So that should be equal to 15. And then when x is equal to 2, y is equal to 3 minus 3 times 2, which is equal to -3. Okay, and finally, let us write down the final answer. The first pair of answer will be x equals -4 and y equals 15. And there is a second pair. So x is equal to 2 and y is -3. Okay, so that is the answer. Is it okay? So if that is okay, I'm going to clear the board. Anyone is not ready? Clear. So please remember to upload your solution to the MathApp system, okay? And then number 6, example 6, example 6. 好嗱，呢度咧望一望啦，你打粒星落去，一粒夠噶啦。你只要即係記得係咁嘅做法咁就得噶啦。因為咧好多同學咧，即係有啲同學咧係其實一見到呢啲種嘅題目咧，唔知做乜嘢嘅，其實冇嘢嘅。OK， 佢呢度咧見唔見到有左、中、右三部分，即係有兩個等號喎。成條式裏邊有兩個等號啊。OK， 有左、中、右三部分。咁你一見到呢樣嘢，唔使做其他嘢噶啦，將佢分割翻，變翻做兩條式先。OK， 變翻做兩條式。OK，so when you see this line has two equal signs. There are two equal signs, and this makes the line has left, middle, and right part, right? And then we will do one thing for this, is to split this equation into two equations. Okay, so we normally 嗱呢度教一教你諗嘢先。OK， 我哋咪有左中右啦，係嘛？ So we have A, B, A, B, C. Can you see this? This is A. The longest one is A, and then middle one is B, and then 1 is C. OK， 有左中右，我哋要將佢分成為兩條等式。咁你可以咁樣做喎，可以係 A equals B，or A equals C，or B equals C。OK， 三條，其實可以分做三條式嘅，但係我哋用兩條就得噶啦。但係揀邊兩條咧？睇住咯喎，睇住啊！我哋一揀，見唔見到咧？任何兩條啊，譬如，如果我揀呢兩條嘅話咧，係咪個 A 會重複咗啊 ？A 會重複咗。如果我揀呢兩條嘅話咧，係咪個 C 會重複咗啊 ？OK， 咁如果我揀呢條同埋呢條嘅話咧，係咪個 B 會重複咗啊 ？OK， 好啦，咁如果揀邊條先，即係邊兩條先啱咧？我哋揀重複嗰個係最簡單嗰個，即係揀左中右裏邊揀最簡單嗰個係做重複嘅。OK， 咁我哋嘅計算咧就會簡單好多噶啦。咁即係咩意思咧？呢度 OK，we need to choose the shortest part or the simplest part to be the repeated part. Because when we choose any two equations, there will be one part being repeated. Only one part being repeated. And then we need to choose the simplest part to be the repeated part. Okay? In this question, part A will be the longest part, right? I will not choose part A to be the repeated part. Part B is the middle longest, okay, the second longest. And then part C is the simplest because it has only a 1 here. So I choose part C to be the repeated part, okay? Which means that I will make our equation 1 to be x squared plus 6x times 8y minus x plus 10 equals 1 to be our equation 1. And then 2 minus 8y plus x equals 1 to be our equation 2. So I have chosen A equals C and B equals C to be our equation 1 and equation 2. Is that okay? 好啦，咁我哋即係擺好咗兩條式之後咧，咁我哋就可以開始做嘢噶啦，係嘛 ？OK， 咁我哋就做翻啦。So one equation has square term, and the other equation has no square term. We should always start with the one with no square term. Okay, in this case, it should be equation 2. So we will start from equation 2. And then we will change one of the x or y to be the subject of this equation, okay? And then can you see that we have negative 8y, okay? If we want to change y to be the subject, then we need to divide the 8 to the other side, and there will be fractions, okay? So that is not very good, okay? And so we change the subject to be x here, okay? So x will be equals to 1 minus 2 plus 8y. So that should be negative 1 plus 8y. And then call this equation 3. It's okay? And then we will substitute equation 3 sub 3 into equation 1. But you should be very careful because there are so many x here, okay? So x squared becomes, so let me do this 8y minus 1, because negative 1 plus 8y is 8y minus 1, okay? And then square plus 6x. 6x becomes 6 times 8y minus 1. And then 8y minus x, but the x will be 8y minus 1, okay? And then plus 10 is equal to 1, okay? So this will be a very complicated equations, but don't worry, it will be much more simplified, okay? And so you see 8y minus 1 bracket square, and then you use the identity a minus b bracket square becomes a square minus 2ab plus b squared to expand this. So this becomes 8y bracket square minus 2 times 8y times 1 plus 1 square, and then plus 6 times 8y minus 1. And then here, so can you see that when you expand this bracket, the 8y and 8y will be cancelled. And then this will becomes plus 1 because it's double negative, okay? So it's just a 1 here, okay? So plus 10 is equal to 1, okay? And then, so let me clear this part first. And then you further expand this bracket, 64y squared minus 16y plus 1. And then this is plus 48y minus 6 plus 10 equals 1. Okay? And then it's 64y squared. And then y term becomes 32y. And we have plus 5 equals 1. Now we need to move all the terms to one side, where the y squared term should be positive. Okay, so that should be 64y squared plus 32y plus 4 is equal to 0. And then you will get a simple quadratic equation where a is equal to 64, b is equal to 32, and c is equal to 4. Okay, and then you use your calculator to help you, and that should be equal to, so y should be equal to negative 1 over 4. Is it? Let me see. Yes, negative 1 over 4. Okay, but both of them are negative 1 over 4, which means that it is a repeated root. Repeated root. Okay, so there will be only one answer here. Okay, but y is equal to negative 1 over 4. You need to calculate the value of x also. Okay, you need to put it back to equation 3. Okay, so x is equal to negative 1 plus 8 times negative 1 over 4. Okay, and then finally, it should be equal to negative 3. Therefore, you just write down the answer. X should be equal to negative 3, and then y should be equal to -1/4. And that is the only answer for this question. Is that okay? So if it is okay, then I would like you to do the instant drill number 6. Instant drill number 6, please. So I give you 6 minutes for this. Please remember to upload to the MathApp web system. Okay, let's check the answers. So again, we need to split the equation into two equations. Okay, so that is x squared minus x bracket y plus 4x minus 3. So I will choose -4 to be the repeated part. Okay, so this is equation 1. And then 2y plus 8x equals -4 to be equation 2. Okay, and then we will start with the equation that has no square term. Equation 1 has a square term, and then equation 2 has no square term, which means that we should start from equation 2. 好啦，嗱呢度咧個 x 同埋個 y 都有楞住數字喎。咁但係咧，咁我哋會揀邊一個嚟做 subject 咧？今次我哋要揀個 y 嘅，點解咧？因為我哋陣間可以約走咗個2嘅，其實 OK。So it's 2y is equal to -8x minus 4, right? And then when we divide the whole equation by 2, okay? We will divide every term by 2. So y will be equal to -4x minus 2. So this step is doing this divided by 2. Okay. So y is the subject of this equation now. And then I will call this equation 3. And then I will substitute equation 3 into equation 1. Okay. Equation 1 is x squared minus x times y becomes -4x minus 2 plus 4x. Okay, and then minus 3 is equal to -4. And then we simplify the square bracket first. Okay, so x squared minus x. And then can you see that the -4x and plus 4x will be cancelled by each other? Okay, so what is remaining in the square bracket is just -2. Minus 3, and right hand side is -4. Okay, so it is minus x times -2. Minus negative becomes double negative, becomes positive. 2x minus 3 is equal to -4. Okay, so the left hand side has been simplified. Okay, and then we will move all the terms to one side. And I will keep the square term to be positive. So I will move the -4 to the left. Okay, so that is x squared plus 2x minus 3 plus 4 is equal to 0. And minus 3 plus 4 can be calculated. So that is plus 1. Okay, and now you can identify that A is equal to 1, B is equal to 2, and C is equal to 1. Okay, this is a simple quadratic equation. Okay, and then you can use the calculator program 1. And x is equal to -1. Okay, so there is only one answer because it is a repeated answer. Both numbers are equal to -1, right? Okay, and then you need to calculate the value of y also. So y will be calculated from equation 3. It is -4 times -1 minus 2. So that should be equal to 2. Okay, and now write down the conclusion. Therefore, x is equal to -1 and y is equal to 2. So that is the answer. Okay. All right, do you have any problems for this instant rule number 6? And then I'll clear the board. Example 7. Example 7. So it is just like sometimes when you combine the two equations and form a simple quadratic equation at here. okay, you'll find that A is 3, B is -6, and C is 5. And when you use program 1, you will get math error, which means that there will be no real solutions, okay? No real solutions. But careful, when you get math error from the calculator, you do not write math error in your solution. You will need to do this. You will need to calculate the delta. That is b squared minus 4 times a times c, okay? And then you do the calculation, which is equal to -24, and you need to write down which is less than 0. And then you write down the conclusion, there is no real solutions, okay? So when you get math error from the program 1, then you turn to calculate the delta b squared minus 4ac to show that it is a negative number. Okay, so you just need to explain why you can draw the conclusion of no real solutions. Because the delta b squared minus 4ac is a negative number, so there is no real solutions. Okay, so that is like this. So now I would like you to do the instant rule number 7. Instant rule number 7. So I think that should be a no real solution case. Okay, but you need to calculate the delta. Okay, so classwork, instant drill 7. So this time I'll give you 3 minutes. Okay, let's check the answers. So let us label them. Label the equation first. So this is equation 1, and then this is equation 2. Okay, and then so one has square term and the other has no square term. So we will start with the one without square term. So that is equation 2. So from equation 2, we want to change the subject to either x or y. Okay, so you see that y at x has a coefficient of 2, so we do not want x to be the subject. So we will change the subject to be y. Okay, so y is equal to 2x minus 1, and call this equation 3. All right, and then we will substitute equation 3 sub 3 into equation 1. So 6x squared minus y squared becomes 2x minus 1 squared plus 4 is equal to 0. Okay, and then we will expand the bracket. So 6x squared, no change, minus, careful here, okay, because this square bracket square has a negative sign before, so we will give it a square bracket first. Okay, this is a square minus 2ab plus b square. Okay, and then plus 4. And 6x squared minus bracket 4x squared minus 4x plus 1 plus 4 is equal to 0. And then you remove the negative bracket. So it is 6x squared minus 4x squared plus 4x minus 1 plus 4 is equal to 0. So it becomes 2x squared plus 4x plus 3 is equal to 0. Okay, and this becomes a simple quadratic equation. And then you can identify the values of a, b, and c. Okay, and now if you use the calculator program 1, you'll get a math error. Okay, but when you get a math error, then you need to do the delta. Okay, calculate the value of delta. Delta is equal to b squared minus 4 times a times c. And then you really do the calculation here. So 16 minus 24 is equal to negative 8. And negative 8 is a negative number, less than 0. Therefore, we can conclude that there is no real solutions for this question. Okay, so that is the answer. Hello? Is that okay? Okay, one more. So let us clear the board first. The next one. Maybe I don't start this part first, but let us go to this page. Instant rule corner 1.2. Instant rule corner 1.2. So I would like you to do question number 1 now, okay? So please do this instant drill corner 1.2, question number 1. Okay, so that is in the Math app. Question number, let me see. 7. Sorry. So please do instant drill corner 1.2. And this one is on page 1.19. And upload to MathApp question number 7. Okay. So just give you 5 minutes to do this. So maybe because the time is running out here. Okay, so maybe I'm not able to check the answers for the instant drill corner 1.2 today. Okay, so we will check the answers next lesson. As we do not have much time left, so maybe I just stop here and give you a longer break. Okay, and then so let's continue next week. Okay, so if there is no problem, and that is the end of this lesson, and you may leave now. Okay.